This is biblical encouragement number one. I pray that the Lord is the one who's encouraging you, not me. I'm just a means of bringing it to the internet through these videos on YouTube. None of it is through my own strength, but rather through the Holy Spirit and the Lord encouraging you. You know, when you're about to reach a good milestone, a milestone that you have been desiring, maybe that milestone will position you to better do the mission of Christ, or position you in a sense of allowing you to start the charity, to start maybe being a servant at the church. The devil will always try to come in and stop you right at the edge of making it to the other side of the breakthrough, because he knows once the breakthrough happens, now it's going to be 10 times more difficult to stop you. But if he can stop you before you make it, that to the devil at least seems much easier. That's why it always seems it's most confusing once you reach the end of maybe your education, your high school graduation, your college graduation. Maybe it's very difficult after making much progress at work to continue, and you know that there might be a promotion coming, there might be something higher coming. Anything with life, maybe you're saving up for a house, and then now all of a sudden things start to go out of place to where your savings start to dwindle down. That's because it's easiest to take down a champ before it gets in the arena, because what's the champ is in the arena, he will be able to win and sustain the church of God, and he will able to do whatever the Lord asks him, because he's officially in. He doesn't have to be in a way fought. It's much harder to fight to bring you out of the ring than to bring you in, because once you're in, the Lord, as he supported you in getting into the ring, will support you much more after you pass these tests. Because a lot of us forget that the Lord wants to see how much he can trust you with the ring. And so you see that with boxers all over the world. You see that with the sport in general. First you have to do this weight, and you have to do all these things. I'm not a sports person, I've never watched boxing before, but there's so much preparation, and there's ranks to it, there's levels, I'm not sure, I think it's called weights, and we have to ensure that they're able to sustain the fight once they are in the ring. If a person looks out of shape, if a person looks like they're not trained, or it's going to be easy to take them down, then, well, you're eliminated. You can't go in. And if you go in and somehow the sport trusts you despite seeing your unpreparedness, well, you're going to go down easily. Which is why you have to go through two types of pain. The first is you either go through the pain of preparing and then sustaining the fight within the ring and then winning the final fight, whether it's a championship or whatever it is, to sustain the fight until you attain the championship. Or the second fight, once you're in the ring, you're fighting for your life just to survive. And I think there's a much clearer option for me and for you. I would prefer the first option. I'd rather prepare and go through the pain of, between me and my coach in the gym, than go through the pain of quite literally trying to survive on what I call the battlefield. A soldier does not train during war. A soldier does not go through the most pain during war. A soldier goes through the main hurdles and the main source of pain during preparation. during the draft, during the cold plunges that they put them through, and whatever it is that they need to pass and endure and get through in order to be thrown into the battlefield. Many of us assume that we just want to go into the battlefield and just endure that pain. Maybe start the business and just endure the pain of a failing business and just making it succeed. God will never put you in that position. He will always put you in a position where you can be, in a sense, prepared to take on the challenge. Not in the middle of the challenge to get through it. And even when you're in the middle of a challenge, He will help you get through it.